Okay, well, I'm just totally floored today by everybody. This has been really amazing. And I look at the list of the names of all the people who've read today and will read. I'm glad to be on that list. This is Spoken World Online, and we're week number 175 today. And so I put a couple of links in the chat. There's a big literary festival in Oakland on Saturday called Beast Crawl. And the 1428 poets have a reading at that event, which I'm going to be part of. I'm really happy. And it's also the book release of the posthumous collection of poems by Richard Sanderell, the cursive writer of San Francisco. So I'm going to be reading some of his poems. We're all going to be, a bunch of poets will be reading his work at that event. And I'm going to just test drive a few of the ones that I'm going to read on you all today. So see if I can find that. Sorry, guys, hit the wrong window there. Okay. So it's 3 pieces by Richard Sanderell. Revenge of the Riderless Horses. Underneath is a sound of thunder coming from earth. Running from the west, wild horses' hooves stir clouds of dust. The plains swirl with an approaching storm. Waves of wind make themselves known by the bending dry grass. Off in the distance, lightning hits the earth and gives life to thunder. The lives of wild horses increasingly grow worse in this new world. Capture, harassment, branding, death. Things they've always faced. These horses run with a particular purpose. It's as if they run from some memories of days better than today. In that memory, their relatives, the red men, and they bonded. Their relationships are one of health and wealth. When they ride together, they become one, each serving each other's needs. It was a relationship carried out in the East, on the plains, and in the West, where both remained healthy. Horses helped their 2-legged brothers and sisters, and the horses' needs were met by the 2-legged. With horses, one had wealth. They represented currency for trade or in marriage as a gift to the father of the woman. In this union, that was then. The people are gone, put on reservations or sent to urban centers, separated from each other, and health and wealth for both suffered. This is why these horses run. They seem aware that the church in the distance, with graves of their red brothers and sisters, are the instrument that brought boarding schools, along with the forts built to wage war against their red brothers and sisters, are symbols of their grief, and why these symbols must be destroyed. They approach this chapel along with the storm which joins them in their annihilation. As if in concert, lightning strikes the steeple, softening up the structure for the riderless horses. Demolition causing the solitary bell to ring. This is chaos, and through chaos can bring anew. This is how the earth and we exist. Something Western scientists recently concluded. Conclusion some indigenous people knew for thousands of years. Now, whether these horses had all this thought out or not, this is what happened. They surrounded the chapel. Wind whips their manes and at times blowing them straight up to the sky. They neigh, snort, stomp, and back up to the chapel walls and begin kicking. As they do, the storm reaches its full force. It's like a modern day rock concert minus a lead guitar solo. Lightning, trees, out across the sky where clouds boil. The church bell clangs as the walls begin to crack. These horses are relentless. This church is coming down. It cries out as it begins to crumble and fall, but no amount of bell ringing or cracking of wood will stop this demise. As the horses give their final, strongest kicks, they sense the end is near. They move away as this chapel gives its death moan and collapses. When it does, a tornado forms and heads to where this church stood, sweeping up this deed. The storms move on and quiet is left behind. There is no sign left of this symbol. All is swept away. The horses gather again in a circle, nodding their heads in approval. They break the circle and gallop away further into the plains, disappearing. At least that's the story I was told. And that went a little bit, but I'm going to just continue on with a couple more shorter ones. Your gods don't ride Muni. When riding Muni, one takes their lives at risk. No gods ride Muni. You're alone, where everyone's a target. Be careful. Looking night, antagonize, terrorize. Your gods won't ride Muni. Even gods have better sense, can't defend themselves. Leave Muni to what Yuzhans consider the great unwashed. Throw them all together, see what happens. Society crazy, Muni crazy. We're definition of madness. Our histories rub together, peace, love, understanding with no reconciliation. We will never reconcile our madnesses. Hearing voices lost in fights of religions where sin drives, instability, psychosis sets in, brought on to Muni. With broken fixes leads to lost dreams amongst whites who ride rather than drive, that most direct them to activities, sits up front where elders, disabled sit, it's their right. All uses sins, ride Muni. It's one of the modes of transportation it takes. Muni, where homeless recite poetry and hatred for others, remain where everyone pays for the sins of the past. Yes, even your sky gods won't ride Muni. One more to finish here. Trees have their coats on. Trees are dressed in their finest, wearing coats of blossoms. Flowers of many colors in golds, yellows, reds, whites. Their limbs hang low, ready to touch whoever walks by. I wear my coat of many colors. People compliment, saying, nice coat. As I walk by trees, I touch them saying, hey, nice coats. Poems of Richard Sanderell.
Wonderful, Roarshock. I wear my coat of many colors. Trees have their coats on. What a wonderful thing. The Saint Baba Muktananda used to, when he would take a morning walk, I've said this before, he would pass by a tree and say, good morning.
Yes, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, indeed. What a concept. All right, thanks a million. And now, thanks for illuminating his work for me. I'm gonna pursue more and go deeper. All right, so we have come to the time where Laura and Lantern Carrier are going to link their words together. So go right ahead. And then I'll read.
Is it possible to show us both?
No, if it's on gallery view, you'll see both, but I can't spotlight both.
Okay, fine. So Laura, whenever you're ready, you can start.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, David. Thanks, Lantern. Good to see you. Let me get that up. Okay, well, it's very exciting to do a collaboration with Lantern Carrier. And this is started by his piece called The Divine Romance. And I open and then we alternate. And here goes. As the birth channel opens, carefully, reverently, we cut the physical cord of connection, wipe scarlet from the womb, carry the newborn to the meadow to see the green of spring, where the babe's eyes behold the living mystery.
Affectionately, intimately, the mother embraces and kisses the child, licks his afflictions with the tears of a heart's joyful sacrifice, fortitude, and concern. Yet even a taste of the supernal mystery is sweeter than mother's love.
The child heart recognizes the rising sound of life itself. The breeze, the bees, the days nodding time to the hours, the presence of the all widens the babe's eyes, quickens the hearing of ears that taste the truth.
The life tree is one, but has tons of branches, all working together to manifest its self-transcending journey. The branch of diversity has no quarrel with the branch of altruism, and indeed they all complement each other.
The life tree holds out branches of meaning and possibility. Ferns of primeval color shade toads and toadstools of reciprocal arrangement. Under spruce, pine, and lime that hold carefree counsel in communes of forested days.
In a meadow of flowers, orchids and petunias unfold only to glow like tulips, whispering to hydrangeas, all proud of the roses, daisies, and lilies that enhance their varying charms.
The birds and insects and air fly in sprightly chorus, visiting the flowers of field as charmful as caring lovers, kissing the honeyed pistil of each bloom's blush.
The maestro moves his hands like magic, each melodious flute blending with the charm of the violin, the exquisite rhythms caressing my soul with their beauty. The resonance of the bewitching fingers of the pianist echoes in my core.
The orchestra blooms in bird song of piccolo and French horn, accented by the drumming of cicadas and crickets, the beat of circadian love offering the perfections of life in the sonorous undulations and ululations of hills and vales and peaks.
The live tree moves as creation, its humility paying homage to the yielding branches, offering the fruits and flowers to humanity. Ever awake, she spins on a spirit of love, dances in our adversities, offering us candles to shape our inner destiny.
Ever awake, she spins, offering candles to earth's children, to light our souls, to reveal our paths, to hold our days, to inflame a mission of seeding good tidings, to inflame our thirst for love of all.
It is only a game after all, a beautiful cosmic dance. If only I had the eye of divine wisdom to see this, to do the needful. This has been the eloquent voice of Laura Greville and the Lantern Carrier. Thank you.